What do you do in Austin? What kind of investor are you? It's curious.
Just make sure you guys aren't getting an echo, right? We got both laptops on. Rob and I are in the same room. I'm fresh back from Mexico, so I figured give Rob my Mexican COVID.
I'm getting all the COVID here. You sound okay being in the same room? Do it all, buy, hold, flip, wholesale, but mainly focus on building the buy and hold portfolio for long term. Got it. Yeah, you're a lot of wasted energy there. Well, it's, you know, it is. Did you drive or fly to Mexico? First question.
Oh, flew. Great.
Yeah, listen to the first hour of our recording this morning. Jason went through the whole experience. All right, guys, this is the Corona update. Thank you so very much for joining us today, Monday, July 27th. We're going to go through a few things. As always, I got a disclaimer. We're going to be talking about loans, syndications, crowd funds, tenants in common, and all the things that we're working on. I can assure you that when we talk about it during this hour, this is for education and demonstration purposes only. If you're looking to be solicited for our crowd fund, then you'll be talking to Brian Burr.
E squared.
Tonight we have Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock at night, 1070 The Answer. Check us out on the radio. You can also live stream off the website at that time. We're on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube, our podcast, iHeartRadio. You can even get us on Roku. You can find us on Roku, which is interesting. But if you want up-to-date information, check us out on Facebook. Our group is Mr. Texas Real Estate with Jason Bible and Robert Orfino. Got word that Jet might be landing in our building. So we're working on getting Jet in our building. They're 281-872-7800. We're very happy to have those guys on board. They can execute that lease. We're looking at opening up pretty quickly here. Again, if you guys need hard money here in, I believe, Houston, Dallas, and Austin, give them a call, 281-872-7800. Patent title for sure. Their guys are one of our deal breakers. If we can't get patent title, we have a problem. We have a wholesaler. We're buying a 3-unit property in Corpus Christi. The gross rent on it is $2,100. And it's a wholesale deal, and we made the wholesaler open up title with patent. So even though they're all the way down in Corpus, we're getting another deal. We're going to sign that contract today, get that taken care of. We just opened up a 24-unit apartment building we're buying. I believe that is also with patent. And we're doing a second note today. Ooh. And that is also going through patent. So
what was the last time we've done a second?
It's been a while.
We just don't do it very often.
Not a lot, but this guy knows us. We know him. It's $1 million in equity, and our leverage on it is under $400,000. So
yeah, he's like, please screw that up. So I can buy it.
So, we're doing that through patent. We also have Capital Concept, and they're going to be in the building. We're super excited to see Sean here every day. We're kind of excited to see Blake here every day too. Just joking. But seriously, these guys are not just about hard money. They'll take you through the entire process, including refining your personal property, working on non-QMs, mezzanine funding, all that good stuff when you start getting the high levels of real estate investing. Make sure you talk to Hugo for plans and permits. We have a deal coming up. We need to add on some space. We need to subdivide, all that good stuff. We go through Hugo, our really good friend over there. He's also a proficient investor. So give him a call at 281-372-1555. This is the Texas Real Estate Center. We're housed at the center right now, and we're getting some AC work done today. It's exciting, and the roofer will finish up, and we'll be done everything on the top of the building, finishing up the mudding and the electric today as well. Actually, the electric is done. We passed, got final sign off on electric. That was great. Need a little help on the bathroom, and then painters should be coming in late this week, and hopefully working over the weekend to start painting some offices. So we're super excited about that. That's all happening at the Texas Real Estate Center, 5295 Hollister. And we're really working to build a community. So folks from wholesaling people all the way up to commercial real estate brokers will be housed in our building. Lenders, inspectors, architects, all the thing that you guys need to really become a proficient real estate investor and a proficient real estate buyer and seller, all happening here in our building. So we're trying to build this great community. We have 11 singles, 1 double. We're down to 1 double space, 3 suites, and 1 anchor. The 6,000 square feet, we're walking with a potential tenant on Wednesday. Be interesting. It's going to make me build a bathroom. We've got a 100-person learning center, state-of-the-art classroom. We have a cafe. That'll be phase 3, so probably get that done late fall. But, you know, we are working on getting our liquor license, beer and wine license. So that should be fun. We have a call center. That'll be ready at the time of opening. We're putting in workstations. That'll be for phase 2 for our workstations. We have conference rooms that'll be ready to go. And again, our studio, we have our temporary studio set up here right now, and we'll have our main media broadcast center set up in the lobby of the building. Everyone comes in and can see it. Very exciting about that. I want to talk to you guys about our B&B cash flow mastery. It's kick ass. I keep forgetting to tell the deal I had for the mastermind students. I got George down to $750. So $1,000 for everyone else. This is totally worth it. Really talking about setting up your business. I think, you know what's odd is 6 of the 8 people in there already have Airbnbs.
It's like anything we do. How many people show up? They're already investors.
Yes.
They're stuck.
Yes.
Where do investors go to get unstuck? It's come work with us.
It's us work with us. So for $1,000, we're helping some people get unstuck. We're helping 1 or 2 people get their properties off the ground. And I think this Thursday night we're going to be mentioning that we might have 2 rental arbitrage available in the Heights. So $1,000. Make sure you're checking that out. You go right to our website and sign up. Got a lot of stuff coming up this week. COVID updates Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're at noon. Tonight, California update. Anyone here from California? Anyone watching for California? That'd be cool. We're going to do an update here tonight at 9 o'clock. So check that out. It's on our website. Tomorrow night, 10 things that the wealthy do that you don't have time for. That's tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Central Time. That'll be 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Club 45, the big first time out. We're going out with the Club 45 explanation. Super excited about that. I'll show you guys some links for the webinars once Jason gets going so you guys can sign up. But all good content. Tonight, California update. Tomorrow night, 10 things the wealthy do that you don't have time for. And then Thursday, Club 45, really sort of explaining why it's going to be a great idea to start working with us through EXP. All right, so if you're interested in getting solicited for our crowdfund, make sure you talk to Brian. There's his information. And Jason, it's turning it over to you. Do I have to mute myself too? Is that what you did?
Why don't you do that, and I will fire this up. All right, can you guys hear me? Oh, you have to mute that too.
Good.
All right. I'll make sure everybody can hear me. Rob and I are doing this a little bit different. I'm going to fire up the Twitter machine.
Oh, no.
I cannot let Elon do all the trolling
Come on.
for the rest of us. So that's it. JB at MRTXRE. I guess it's at MRTXRE. So that's my tweeter right there. If you guys want to come play with me on Twitter, we're going to have a great time. You think I trolled a lot on Facebook? I think that's all what Twitter's for, right? It's just trolling people. So what's funny is, Rob, I was tinkering around with Twitter because we need to expand our social media stuff, right?
Sure.
Twitter's the way to do that. YouTube's the way to do that.
Yep, absolutely.
We need more hate mail. I'm always looking for more hate mail.
Oh, speaking of which,
that was so good.
did you get that? Did you read the email I sent you?
So good.
So Rob and I have been doing Dungeons and Dragons for the last
so
2
great.
Wednesdays, and we got an email back that we're devil worshiping or something.
Well,
like
we
that.
have to be careful. She said we should pick another game.
Okay.
That doesn't involve Dungeons and Dragons is based in demonology.
Yeah.
And the worship of demons and the devil.
Yes. So we got to be really careful, Rob, with the demons and the devil stuff. So in any case, we're starting to get some hate mail on our Wednesday nights, but whatever, that's par for the course. So I'm rolling through my Twitter here. I was trying to do it in February, and then I'm like, why did I stop tweeting? And then check this tweet out, if you guys can see it. This is February 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is not the first time I reported publicly on the Wuhan virus. This is before it was called COVID-19, coronavirus, and all that stuff. Here it is on Twitter, February 2nd. Here we go. This is what I told everybody. I said, get ready. This is going to be a really exciting virus, right? So, in any case, I shared this back in February. So, let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about the GOP and the Democrats.
Grand old party.
Cannot print money fast enough. Look at this. The Treasury is sitting on $1.8 trillion right now, and they need another trillion, Rob. They need another trillion. In fact, that's not enough. The Democrats are like, you losers. It needs to be at least $3 trillion.
Yeah, so wussies.
It's ridiculous.
Only 1 trillion.
Only 1 trillion. Bunch of little girls
Sleepy
there.
Joe's ready to spend $3 trillion, and he's barely awake.
Yeah, I know. They just prop him up, and you know what I think he does is he takes a nap and he wakes up and goes, 3 trillion.
3 trillion. All right.
3 trillion. What are you talking about, Joe? I don't know. Where am I?
Oh, he's like one of those seers, right? That are in that drug-induced coma, and every once in a while they pop up. It's like blue limousine.
Yeah, and you're like, what are you talking about? What's going on? He's predicting the future. So that's the Treasury cash balance as of the 23rd. You can see March right there was just under 500 billion, and now we're at 1.8 trillion. So they've got some money. They need some more money. Yay! Happy days are here.
Spend it.
Spend that money. Inflate real estate to the roof. So. I find that I thought that article was funny, and then I jumped over to this one, and it's about workers concerned about retirement.
Oh, imagine that.
Well, that's weird. I thought we were just printing money, and we're gonna
print the money, right?
Print the money, yeah. Brr. Money printer goes brr. So here's a new survey out: workers' plans for retirement. What are you gonna do? 72% said continue working in retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Mexico this weekend and chatting with some folks. I said, you know what's fascinating? Retirement is a uniquely American phenomenon, and some of Western Europe, right? So most of the world works in retirement.
Right. So they're too tired and they just sleep on the couch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want to continue working in retirement, don't invest in real estate. Like, why invest in real estate when you can just work in retirement? So if that's what you want to do,
okay, I'm out.
You'll be like the other 72% here. So. Let's see. I find this very interesting. So if you guys missed our morning radio show, I talked about how different Mexico is from the United States. If there's any country that is not taking this thing seriously, it would be the U.S. Mexico is taking this extremely seriously. And you can see workers are leaving the restaurant industry in droves. Thank God, it's a tough business. I would literally do any job right now other than work in a restaurant. So shrinking pool of workers, going to increase wages, and eventually prices will come up. If you guys missed this morning, Joe Rogan is coming to Texas.
Yep.
I think I have said this since this whole thing started. Elon Musk ain't the only rich guy that wants to get the hell out of California. So Joe will be here. I imagine Joe's going to end up in Austin. I've heard him talk about Houston. He loves it down here. But he's like, the weather's ridiculous. And I don't blame him. If you don't have to live here, the humidity is just brutal, especially compared to Southern California. My guess, he's going to end up somewhere in the hill country. Great article here, along with the retirement stuff. Valuation inflation. What does this mean? The more money that's pumped into the market, the more inflation we get. And I've said this for I don't know how many years now. And of course, now everybody's starting to get on board with that train of thought. I think we actually have high inflation, but due to these side effects, it is showing up in stock prices instead of consumer prices.
Yes.
It's absolutely
Very
right.
Interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Yep.
and you come down here, he's got a dozen charts in here. But this one down here is the most important one. Let me show you this. He's calling it the S&P 10 versus the S&P 490.
That's awesome.
And I think I've heard people talk about these stocks before and how they really do drive the market. But I love the way he puts this: S&P 10 versus the S&P 490. It turns out that much of the S&P 500 returns come from just 10 companies: Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Visa, MasterCard, NVIDIA, which is a graphics company. They make graphics cards and all that sort of stuff. Netflix and Adobe. As a group, they are up 35% beginning of the year. As a group, the other 490 are down 10%. So really, all you've got to do is just invest in those companies and pray nothing ever happens. In fact, that is my favorite chart right there. That is just so fantastic, because it just shows the absolute disconnect between those big stocks and everybody else. So if you believe you're investing in the stock market, Jason, I'm getting diversification and I'm making all this. I'm like, no, you're not. The Federal Reserve is propping up your portfolio. And not only is it propping up your portfolio, you're not diversified. You're only really investing in those stocks. Even if you're in an index fund, they are overly weighted in those stocks. Again, Fed stimulus, I won't get into all this stuff, but at the end of the day, the market cannot run without Federal Reserve stimulus, without all that money coming into the system. It just doesn't work. So, in fact, there may be a chart in here about the new tech bubble. Can't remember. I looked at so much stuff this morning. Here we go. There's your .com bubble. There's your financial bubble, and they're now actually calling this a central bank bubble. And anybody who tells you there's not any inflation, you know what? I'm going to play Aaron Clary's video. It's 3 or 4 minutes from earlier this year on Wednesday's market update. And he explains this very succinctly. The more money that's printed, it shows up in 4 asset classes that use debt to purchase. Higher education, medical, which are really medical services, healthcare services, housing, and cars. And if you look over the last 10 years, where's all the inflation been? It's been in those 4 things. This is the See, I Told You So. Do you think real estate's expensive now? Just wait edition. Could 2020 somehow see year-over-year growth in home sales? And this is actually a great quote here. Remember, our best monthly sales prints in the last 12 years have come in the winter, not the heat of the spring and the summer, which is true. But there's some great data in here. According to NAR, sales are up, seasonally adjusted, 21%. Existing home sales are down year over year, but as crazy as that might sound, we have a shot at getting positive year over year growth, which is going to be insane. And I mean, literally the entire country, it's still shut down. U.S. is still shut down, but we're going to see massive growth, continued growth here. And you can see it here. Here's the charts here. But guys, if you think real estate's expensive now, just wait. The Mortgage Banking Association showed 19% year-over-year growth. This continues an upward trend of the last 4 weeks, which had year-over-year growth 16, 19, 33, and 15. If you think real estate's expensive now, just wait. And I'll finish right here, Rob, with our favorite news. Our buddy here, Elon Musk, $1.1 billion in Austin. I mean, do we really need to go over the analytics here? He bought 21 acres. He's going to hire 5,000 people, probably plus another 15,000 from vendors.
So I was all over on Wednesday, the earnings report.
Yeah.
So the 2,100 acres is the largest land tract that Tesla has bought.
Oh, interesting.
So what has come out since Wednesday is not just the Cybertruck is going to be produced there, but also the Semi.
It makes perfect sense.
And the Model 3 and Model Y for all East Coast demand.
Damn.
So there will be 3 production lines in that factory, which is not anywhere else in the world.
Oh, it's incredible.
Berlin is just going to be one with the Model 3 and the Model Y. Fremont added the second model, and now Shanghai has a Model 3, and they're adding a Model Y line. So Shanghai will have 2 lines for Model 3 and Model Y. So we could see 3, possibly 4 production lines at Tesla. And if you listen to the earnings call, you just get, if you're really sort of just taking a step back, he said what this country needs is a lot of smart people going into manufacturing.
Yeah.
Because now they will be able to build their factories cheaper and faster and make a better product than the first 4.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden they're looking at making these factories better and faster. And he said, if you're smart and you want to get into manufacturing, come see me. We're hiring, right?
Mm.
So that was super, super, super sexy on this stuff. I'll tell you the second thing that came out of that earnings call was Tesla Insurance.
Oh, yeah.
So they have all the data, live data. Like instead of plugging the thing into your cigarette lighter or whatever they're doing, like some people do now, they can give you monthly insurance rates based on the previous month's driving record.
Ooh, interesting.
And because they know how secure and safe their products are, they can compete with Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Right? Warren Buffett's the number 1 insurer in the country.
At Geico. He owns Geico.
Yeah, he's the number 1 guy. So he can now compete with Buffett.
Yep.
So imagine just getting your Tesla and signing everything right there. Just boom, 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 boom. Comes with Tesla insurance. You're a good driver. You get really, really reasonable rates. They're already built. They're already getting 5-star safety ratings anyway. So they can understand the numbers and do that. So I think, this is the east side of Austin, right above the Colorado River is where they're going. They started moving dirt already.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they're land clearing. They're going to have to dig some wells and some test wells and stuff like that. But that stuff they're already moving on construction. Just incredible.
Yeah. Look at this stuff that just came on the market. 3.2 million for 128 acres.
Nice.
Here's another 128 acres for 3.2. I don't know why it's double showing these. All this stuff is going to end up going pending. In fact, let me just scoot in just a little closer. He's right here. 103 properties. This includes everything. 103. Let's see what's available for sale. $28. So there's 28 pieces of real estate that are available of the 103 that are pending. So I can just about guarantee, in fact, we look at just pending. Let's go see what the pendings are. Well, let me select multiple, but it won't. Let's look at all this. Let's look at everything under any status. So they'll let me do DOM over here. Give me 1 second here. Oh, there should be a newly listed. Where's it at? New listings. Beep, boop, boop, boop. So 6 new listings. And how many under contract? 1, most of them.
4 or 6.
Yeah, let me back this up a little bit. Try not to get all of Austin because that's kind of far. So this goes all the way down to Bastrop. So 64 properties available. And I mean, you can see, these are all big properties that are land and stuff, but I mean, they're going fast. This market is going to explode, absolutely explode. I'd love to have a place right around here. This is a great place to live right here. Close to the airport, relatively close, about an hour and a half away. Get some acreage here. But yeah, if you think real estate's expensive now, and I wish I could have found that interview that you found with Abbott that basically said he ain't the only billionaire that's calling us.
So Steven says 5,000 people does not make any impact on the local job market in Austin. Region has over 1.4 million people. It says, why does everyone think the Tesla factor have an impact on local real estate markets? And the reason we believe that is the trend.
Wait a minute.
So he's questioning why.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You're telling me 5,000 jobs will not have an impact on that market? That's ridiculous.
Well, first of all, let's understand what type of jobs it is, right? It's that sort of college experience job, right? Not necessarily college degree or.
Well, you've got to remember when people make statements like that, they don't understand that markets move on the margin.
Right.
So let's pull it up real quick. I'd love to see. Let's pause on this site.
Are you sharing your screen?
I can. Yeah, let me do that. Let me pull that back up.
Let's look.
Maybe
Steven has a point.
So here's the problem. Like every time you guys make a statement like that, you've got to say as compared to what? So let me show you this. As compared to what? Let's go down here. God, these websites are so terrible now with all their damn ads. 2019 was another banner year for Austin. Austin agents sold 33,000 homes. So let's assume for 2 seconds here that for every 2 jobs, 1 house is bought. That's 2,500 houses that get bought. That's almost 10% increase in the number of sales in one marketplace. 5,000 jobs in Austin is a big, big deal.
Well,
a really big deal.
Let's correct that because it's 5,000 Tesla jobs. We're not even talking about now all the
Right.
companies who are buying commercial properties because they've got
Right.
to beat their Tesla supplier. Remember, Tesla is big about controlling the supply chain. They want people within 100 miles. So all of a sudden, I think everything that I read in the news said the Teslas will be at 5,000 jobs, but the economic impact is over 10,000 jobs. So if we're doing even a third of that, we're talking about absolutely 10% of the market.
By the way, I got a message. They're already looking for a health and safety and risk management guy, and I've already gotten texted it like 4 times.
Nice. There you
Like,
go.
just in case that real estate thing's not working out.
It'll work for Tesla.
I am looking for, what do you think their indirect and direct? Let's take a look here. They can give us a percentage. That's hotels. It said it mentioned Tesla in here.
Yeah, it's all right there. Indirect workforce.
They don't give you a percentage. I'd love to know. It's XL Pipeline. I mean, even it's not unrealistic to say it's double. If they've got 5,000, they're bringing in 10. So they're bringing in 15,000 folks.
Yeah.
Tesla to create more than 50,000 jobs. Let's just call it half that number. So if you're at 15,000, they create 5,000 directly and another 10,000 indirectly. So we're at 15,000 divided by 2 is 7,500 will buy houses. A house is bought or built for every 2 jobs.
Go back to that Google page there. Or scroll down. There's something interesting from 2018. Right there. 5.1 economic boost for California. So let's see what that means.
And that was in 2018.
2018.
Oh, 2010. Okay, let's see. They went public. 37,000 employees worldwide.
There's a number. 10 Tesla jobs in California. Additional 5.
Oh, here it is.
That's the California marketplace.
Okay, so for every 10 Tesla jobs,
Mm-hmm.
they bring on 5 tier 1 supplier jobs, 2 extended supply chain jobs, and 8 induced jobs.
Another 15 jobs.
So for every 10, they create 15. So it's 1.5 to 1. So 5,000 times 1.5 is 7,500, right?
They're creating 15 new jobs. Yes. So divided by 10 times 15. Yes. 7,500 jobs.
So 7,500. Again, this is very, let me put it this way. This is as solid as the mask science that everyone refuses to. This is economic science. For every 2 jobs created, 1 house is bought or built. So 7,500 divided by 2 is 3,750 in the first year.
Yes.
So 3,750 homes Let's divide that by 33,084. Elon Musk moving to Texas just boosted the real estate market by 11%. Demand.
Supply is down.
Supply is down.
So
that's not the appreciation number is going to be somewhere between there and 22%.
I agree.
So your appreciation is going to be somewhere between 11 and 22% in the next 12 months. I would guess within 5 miles of Tesla's base of operation.
I think those numbers are
That's conservative, I think.
as good as you can get with a 5-minute analysis.
Yeah, 5-minute analysis is, and I don't have a beard and a PhD in economics, but my guess is you're looking at 10 to 20% appreciation with 5. I do have a beard. Well, I got a crappy beard.
So Stephen, that's why we believe it. Just off the napkin math there, on the cocktail napkin, we think there's going to be 7,500 new jobs created within the first year. They're talking about possibly going up to 10,000, which means 15,000, which means half of those get 7,500. On top of the fact that we're in a marketplace where supply is low, and now we've got this other demand. That's why we're going out as far east as, what is it, what's that town you're looking at? On the map you were looking at.
Oh, yeah. Bastrop.
Bastrop. How would I ever remember?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why we're looking at it, and that's why we believe those numbers. There may be different data out there, we haven't seen it. So again, based on what happened in Northern California, and again, Northern California, Silicon Valley is a very, very good comparison to Austin, Texas.
In fact, they'll probably create more jobs because there's a lot less nonsense. Okay, I was completely off on Bastrop to the airport. It's 26 minutes.
26 minutes. So that is absolutely where you might live.
All this stuff right here, especially the stuff within 5 miles right here, is going to be absolute bananas. In fact, let me see if I can find.
We also, because we believe, remember, these are not high-paying jobs per se. That average employee is going to make somewhere around $40,000 to $42,000 a year, but at the starting level. So you might see, I don't know what the average income is, but I think they're talking about that sort of post-high school, not quite graduating college job being around $35,000 to $42,000 a year, with executives between $60,000 and $90,000. So there will be a capacity for people to get jobs. Again, if you're at $42,000, $45,000, that's more than Home Depot pays. That's more than Target pays. That's more than Buc-ee's pays, right? Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden you get these sort of little bit better jobs with benefits, with options, and a cutting edge company that is growing. So there is a bit of a future there. And when we look at it, we say, okay, we think reasonable expectation is half the people could be buying homes.
Yep. And
if anyone disagrees, just tell us what your thinking is. But half, even if we went down to 40%, we're still talking about a 10% impact on the market. 10% impact on the market based on demand is in a market that has been and continues to be supply driven, not just with COVID. We're talking the last 4, maybe 8 years. You've seen those markets driven up. So that's why we think it. Those are our rough numbers. And if we're wrong, we'd love to see the data on how we screwed up so we can make better analysis moving forward.
We're not going to be wrong.
So,
So let's call it, okay, so that's 5 miles within the airport. Elon is actually right. No, he's right here, right? He's just outside the toll road, the north of Colorado. I think he's either here or here. I can't remember. But within 10 miles is within an hour commute. So let's take a look at this real quick. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. You're going to see the most appreciation here, with it slowly decreasing out here. Out here, 10, 12%. In here, 20% wouldn't shock me. Would not surprise me at all if we're looking at least 20%.
When they built the Gigafactory out here, and this is Henry, who's in the Nevada marketplace, home prices within 45 minutes appreciated 50%.
Oh, say that again.
When they built the Gigafactory out here in northern Nevada, home prices within 45 minutes appreciated 50%. Now, there was a shortage up there around Rito to begin with. What there simply wasn't enough houses that they were coming out the backside of that housing crisis, and Nevada took it on the chin in the housing crisis. We looked at land development out there, and we were just, I mean, we were looking and analyzing that market within 2 weeks of the announcement. We were already too late. Henry's right. I can remember that, Henry, 100%. We flew up to Reno, we drove around, and just land was just moving so very, very fast because we knew we could build at about $100 a square foot out there. So we were going to go out and build those fourplexes. Did not work. Thanks for the information, Henry.
So 50% within 45 minutes.
Yeah, I can remember. There was
Crazy.
already a housing shortage out there. So it'll be interesting to start tracking that Travis County data.
Yeah, let's take a look just for grins. Let's pull up Travis County Association of Realtors monthly report. Let's see what comes up. Everything is a Google away. ABOR, that's right. That's right. Now I remember the name of these guys. Hayes, Austin. Bastrop will be too far. Let's look at Travis County. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, looky here, kids. Median home price in Travis County is $398,000. It's up 4%. Closed sales are down 33%, again, because of Corona, but prices are still up. Average days on market, 38 days. Holy cow. And that dropped 7 days. This is new listings and active. This is all, this right here is supply. This is demand. Supply is down 20%. Demand is up 1%. Months of inventory, 1.9. That is absolute bananas.
So I'd be very curious to see the August report on 1 month after the announcement and everyone's on board.
It will not shock me if this is 600,000 this time next year. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Well, let's take a look at, let's pull Bastrop up. Bastrop is up 9% in May. Closed sales are down. Look at that. Closed sales, 100. It's not a big market, right? It's mostly rural. But look at this.
We gotta watch that.
Rob, look at this. Down 5, down 8, up 30.
We have to watch.
And they were already sniffing around in May. The announcement for Elon came out 3 months ago, right?
We knew, yeah.
It was
Austin, yeah. It was Tulsa never had a chance.
Tulsa, no. Now it's
not hip enough.
Yeah, it's not hip enough. Elon's purple hair girlfriend ain't gonna be welcome in Tulsa.
Baby mama.
Yeah, baby mama ain't gonna be, and nobody can pronounce his kid's name anyway. So it's like he is definitely not. Joe Rogan ain't going there either.
But you can bet, Stephen, that we are going to track this. This is going to be fun for us. So we'll see. Excellent. All right, guys. Give me one thing back. I'm going to go.
Okay.
There was a little bit of news, which was pretty smart.
Hold on, I got to promote you to.
Yeah.
Toast.
Yeah, so Stephen, I'll go back to this. He said, hey, the city of Austin is saying, Chamber of Commerce says they lost 130,000 jobs in the past 3 months. Yeah, but what are those jobs? Is it Susie Bartender or John the engineer? Because Susie Bartender does not run the economy. John the engineer runs the economy.
Big news.
What we got here?
Thane Merrill joined eXp Realty.
Ooh.
So now Fortune Builders right on their site.
eXp, no kidding.
Yeah.
Do you think they wrote him a check?
Why wouldn't they?
I would.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you write this guy a check or give him immediate maximum status, right?
Yeah.
So Fortune Builders has gone over to eXp Realty. This is big news. And again, we want to remind everyone that we have a great opportunity that we're going to be discussing on Thursday night. I already put the link in the chat. Guys, we're actually going to get a picture. We're going to give you a little snapshot of what we actually do. And I know you think we're just buying real estate, but we're doing a lot more based on some principles that we discussed 2 years ago when we started this. So that'll be a fun little snapshot. If you're a real estate agent, we really want to start having this conversation. Once a month, Brant is going to come on and do the straight EXP understanding. And then once a month, I'll be on talking about Club 45. So make sure you guys are checking that out, Club 45. Now, if you're in Nueces County, I am personally going to pay for your marketing for the first 6 months. There is a drip campaign right through EXP, so we'll throw some marketing money at that. We have buyers ready to go. We have started priming the buyers. We're talking about our California investors will be on tonight, right? And we'll be talking about moving their money to Houston, moving their money to Corpus Christi, Nueces County. Probably will be investing $100 million over the next few years in Nueces County. That's not a bad commission rate. We certainly need agents. I talked to our number one wholesaler down there, and I said, "How come you're not an agent?" He said, "Well, I've been in sales for all these years." Yeah. He said, "I can usually close 4 out of 10 appointments." So that's really good. What if you can close 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
And I said, "What if you didn't ever have to keep looking for buyers?" I think he's coming on. So we'll be pushing Nueces County for the next 5 years or so. It has become a retirement destination for myself. So I'll be part of that that community down there. We're really looking forward to it. So again, see you on Thursday night. Talk about Club 45. Okay, any questions? Anything out there?
All right, let me show you guys this. Can you switch me back over here?
Yeah.
I want to show you this jobs thing because all this stuff is really important. Did you mute yourself?
All right. Okay, take a look at this. This is why it's really important to look at the data. Sorry, guys. I'm on this little screen. I'm not at the house. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at this. This is the Houston job. This is the Austin MSA job report. And I'm not familiar enough with Austin to say how big the MSA is, their metro statistical area. My guess is it starts at Georgetown, which is north on 35, and it's going to stop somewhere in the hill country south on 35. And this thing probably east stops in Bastrop, and on the west, I don't know the west side of Austin very well. So it's not just the city of Austin, it's all the surrounding areas. So we see job losses, but when you go back and look at the trend, it's like, what is that, 2016? Yeah, it's lost jobs for that takes it back for 4 years in the middle of 90% of GDP sitting at home watching the Tiger Show. Like, I just don't take these job reports real seriously right now because the country is still closed. And the question I keep asking everybody is, who's losing these jobs? And it's Vegas, right? It's the entertainment industry. It's the restaurant industry. That industry does not prop up the entire economy. That's why I haven't bought into this "the world's going to end" bullshit. I just haven't.
Right. We looked at that data, and it was, again, 60% of the job losses in Texas was the service community. So hotels and restaurants, amusement parks, things like that, right? Entertainment. They lost the jobs. They typically don't buy houses.
Yeah, the people that are losing jobs.
The cashier isn't buying them, right?
The bartender, the cute bartender.
Yeah, she's not buying a house.
She ain't buying a house,
No.
right?
No.
She makes $30,000 a year. She's not buying a $400,000 house in Austin. Sorry, not going to happen. So I just don't, like I said, don't buy a lot of the despair over these reports. That's year-over-year changes. Of course, these all look terrible because these are monthly changes.
Go up. There it is.
This one?
Huh?
Oh, wait.
Leisure and hospitality. There's the big hit.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That looks like 90% of it is, well, let's see, 40 to 50% in leisure and hospitality. What's the second biggest one? Education and health services. Construction's up. Manufacturing is up. Wholesale trade, this is probably all seasonal.
So
Retail trade, obviously, because everything's been closed. Transportation, warehousing, utilities is up. Information technology is a little down. My guess is, I would also guess, new lost job industry. How many folks just can't hire, like because of coronavirus, right? How many people are not taking interviews? Look at financial activities is up. Professional and business services up. So yeah, it's education and health service, and leisure and hospitality, and then this other services and government are down. That's why I'm saying, like, these guys do not run the economy. All of these people over here do. These people buy houses, not this guy here. Now, maybe the guy that owns the hotel, but there's not a lot of them, right? The guy that owns the bar, there's not a lot of those guys too. So in any case, folks, hopefully some of this was helpful. This is how we look at marketplaces. Although we are not exactly running into Austin to go buy stuff. That's just, I don't know. I think I don't want to say you're too late to the party, but we will have already had to have built up systems in that marketplace to go in there and start buying. Yeah, bartenders and restaurant workers, for the most part, rent. You are absolutely right. Now, if I'm a landlord of a Class B or C building in and around Austin, I'm getting a little nervous. Although I'd say a lot of those guys ought to be nervous right now. How many of these real estate clubs have been selling deals back and forth to their members and had to close down the pools?
Yeah. How many lease option people have failed to pay, right?
Oh, yeah. How many lease option people are now screwed?
How many of those guys are screwed on the gap?
Yeah. How many guys,
sandwich, right?
Yeah. How many guys bought on a sub-2 with no equity in it and little cash flow, and then they lease optioned it, and now they're, that's funny you mentioned that, because a lot of those guys are real quiet on Facebook right now.
Of course.
Like, you can't tell the only time I can tell someone's doing bad is when they get quiet on Facebook.
They disappear.
They kind of disappear. Or they go absolutely nuts on masks and my freedoms and all that other nonsense. I'm like, oh, you're getting your ass kicked right now in business. So you're going to go to Facebook and spend your time on that nonsense. Right. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. California update tonight at 9 p.m.
9 o'clock. Yeah.
So if you guys want Rob's take, we'll pull some data, and Rob will give you the boots on the ground thoughts on you. How long were you in California?
Decade.
Yeah, so Rob's got 10 years experience in Southern California. So we're going to pull up some numbers, and Rob's going to walk you through the neighborhoods and counties and all that stuff, kind of like what we do here. And then Tuesday night is 10 things the wealthy do that you don't.
You don't have time for.
That you don't have time for.
Wednesday's Dungeons and Dragons.
And we're doing Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, we're doing Dungeons and Dragons Wednesday night.
And Thursday is Club 45. First
right.
time. People are going to get a little peek into some of our real numbers.
So Club 45, we're going to share with you guys the numbers, how to be agents with us in EXP. So sign up for all of our emails, and we will see you. Let's see. I'm renewing my sales agent license. Any suggestions? Nueces County, you mentioned. Yeah, join our EXP team.
EXP, Lawrence. Come on. What's going on?
You can renew it online. I wonder if that's what he's asking.
Yeah.
Just do it online. Go to, who do you use, Rob? Do you have a guy? We just did you're doing yours online. I can't remember the name of the company. I'm sure they do CE classes and stuff. Champions is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, those guys. Yeah.
Champions is pretty good. So, all right, that is all I got.
EXP has a whole bunch of CE.
Oh, that's true. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys.